I tried to... I honestly... She was dead. And I didn't know intentions of doing that.
No? Hi, this is Sedgwick County 911.
Yes, my daughter. I came home right now and she's full of blood. Somebody has hit her. I don't know what happened. She's full of blood. Please send somebody quickly.
On October 3rd, 2016, like any other day, Tehranj waited for her daughter to pick her up after work. But when 22-year-old Rowena Irani didn't arrive, a concerned Tehranj rushed home, only to find her lying in a pool of blood. When the family was questioned, all the fingers of suspicion pointed squarely at one individual. This is 30-year-old Dane Owens.
Did you just wake up from a nap? We came out to talk to you about an ex-girlfriend that you had. Did you recently end a relationship? Did you?
Yeah,
Rowena. She had some sort of accident today, and detectives were wanting to maybe try to get a little background on it. We were going to see if maybe you'd be willing to come with us down to the 6th floor and talk to the detectives, and we can give you a ride down there and give you a ride back. How's that sound? Do you need to get some clothes on?
Yes.
All right, can I go with you? All right.
This is just the beginning of a tragic case that would shock the family and unravel the dark side of a toxic relationship. As we delve into this case, you'll witness how he regrets his heinous crime. Brace yourselves, for what lies ahead is going to shock you to the core.
Any large scars, tattoos?
I got that tattoo.
What would you call that?
Tribal.
Tribal?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then for scars, that, and then on both shoulders, I have
Surgery scars?
Surgery scars, yes, sir.
What'd you do to your shoulders?
Military. I'm very ambidextrous, jointed, and so it's easier for me to tear my rotator cuffs and stuff like that. So
That's with ligaments and...
yes, sir. And so
Okay.
infantry just tore it up even more.
Okay.
The detectives start by asking Dane about his tattoos to build rapport and create a friendly atmosphere, hoping to make him lower his guard.
All right. Well, Dane, like the officers told you, I think, coming up here, we want to talk about what happened with
Yes, sir.
Rowena today. Is it Rowena?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And I get, you've been telling me here the last few minutes that you want to be honest. You want to tell us, this is what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I'm more than happy to sit back and listen. Okay, that's the easiest way. So, I guess, can you give us a little idea what happened today?
Can I do background information?
Sure, feel free.
Okay. I'll pretty much kind of just start kind of from the beginning or whatever. We've been friends for 5 years, a little over 5 years. We started, we've kind of had this on and off dating, wanting to date kind of thing going on for, the past 5 years, but it never worked out, XYZ, whatever. And the reason why I want to explain all this other stuff is it does have a purpose. I'm not just trying to waste time, I promise.
You're good.
We've been dating, and it would have been 2 months from the 24th of September. It would have been 2 months, so we started dating like July 24th. And I guess I've been dealing with a lot of stuff. I mean, just day after day. I mean, getting up every day is just difficult with all the pain and just, friends getting killed, just the war trauma stuff. And it's not an excuse, but I'm just saying it's been like that for me. tried to find help. I mean, I'm an introvert, so I keep things built up inside. I mean, I'm a very, I know this may seem very contradicting, but I mean, I'm a very caring person. I'll go out of my way to help anyone and anything, and so, I mean, when it was last week, she was kind of acting just kind of funny. It's really weird. And I was like, is everything okay? Or, what's going on? And then, I mean, basically just kind of said, it's like, I just don't think, she's kind of doing the thing where she doesn't think, it'll work out because of something way, way, way in the future. I'm just like, well, doesn't seem logical to me, whatever, okay.
What he says to the police is going to contradict the actual story, a story that will make anyone shudder in horror. To uncover that, let's go back a little. Rowena has known Dane since her college days. She met him while pursuing a master's in psychology at Kansas University, where Dane was also studying. From the onset of their relationship, Rowena had a huge crush on Dane, and they would often meet up at cafes. One of Rowena's close friends, Courtney, said that Rowena was infatuated with Dane's mysterious appearance, given that he was a senior and older than her. But little did Rowena know this seemingly innocent crush would lead her into a web of mystery and danger that she never could have imagined. Despite her growing feelings for Dane, Rowena had to move back to Wichita due to a renal infection. They stayed connected on Facebook while she focused on her studies, aiming to become a counselor. In 2016, fate reunited them at her brother Rashad's wedding. The spark reignited, and they officially started dating on July 24th. Dane showed his affection through gifts, thoughtful dates, and heartfelt letters. Their love seemed perfect, but as the story unfolds, a haunting question lingers. What could have caused such a dramatic shift in their relationship, leading Dane to act in ways no one could have foreseen?
Well, stuff has kind of been, I don't know, it's been picking up and acting weird for me for about the past month, and I've been asking for my friends, hey, would you want to help me, or, and specifically those two, I mean, they just kind of leave me high and dry, or whatever, cool, and I'm not trying to someone that, and this is gonna sound weird, but like, so I asked Rowena, I was like, what's going on? And I mean, she was just like, oh, blah, 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 whatever. And I'm just like, this is the second time I've just asked you. I'm just clarifying what's going on. And then I would ask her, so I was like, hey, is everything all right with your sister? I mean, just trying to be normal. I'm not trying to create drama. I'm not trying to harass. I'm not trying to do any of that shit. And so, and he's like, well, do you disrespect my relationship with my sister? He can't really tell you. I'm like, I completely understand that. And so then I asked Rowena, I didn't even ask her. The other day, I just sent her a text, just like, because we've been friends for 5 years. I was just like, hey, what's going on? How was work? And then she just, right after that, blocks me from everything. And then Rashad's like, you need to just stop talking to her because, she'll press charges and all this stuff. So I'm just like, I just asked her how her day was. She never gave me an indication of anything that was stop, whatever. I'm just trying to be a friend. I understand she didn't want to do this, whatever, fine, cool. And so then, I mean, I would try and ask, Officer or Misbah, hey, just to talk, just to vent. And of course, no, they didn't want to do it. And I'm just like, all right, I'm just like, all right. So I had no one really to vent to. And then I would vent to a couple of I tried to talk to my mom, and because my mom's good friends with all of them too. Mm-hmm. And so I would try and talk to my mom, like, hey, I mean, what's, she asked me, hey, how are things doing? I'm like, yeah, not doing that well. She's like, all right, well, I hope things get better. And I'm just like, well, you could ask and like see what's going on, kind of thing, because I haven't been doing that well. And I mean, yeah, I mean it's a breakup, but it's not the breakup that really is the problem. Like whatever. I mean, yeah, breakups are hard, whatever. I mean, I didn't even see this coming. It literally was just blindsided. I was like, okay, whatever. So I mean, I ended up drinking a little bit more. Drinking a little bit more for me is just drinking like once. I just drank a bottle once over the weekend, and I'm already, we got into a car accident. My car flooded out. I'm having severe back pain. Like just stuff kind of was piling up, and I was just like, and for the longest time, I've still just kind of like not know who I am. I'm still trying to figure that out. So to kind of get down to today, today didn't happen at all how I honestly don't know what happened. This morning I took my pain meds. Of course, I took a little bit more than I did.
Dane's claim about Rowena blocking him everywhere is only part of the truth. After just 1 month of dating, Dane began pestering Rowena about marriage, insisting he wanted to settle down and have children because he was getting older. Rowena, however, was strongly opposed to this idea. It was too early in their relationship, and she had her own goals to achieve. This was when things took a turn for the worse. Dane relentlessly spammed her with calls and texts, forcing her to block him on social media. His refusal to respect Rowena's boundaries led to him texting her older brother, Rashad. Being a police officer himself, Rashad sensed the danger that was lurking behind Dane's consistent spamming, so he warned him to stop harassing Rowena or she would file a complaint.
And I knew that I had no intentions of hurting anyone, because I've never hurt anyone. At least I didn't do that. And so, I just went over to her house because I knew what time she kind of got off, stuff, whatever. And I thought her parents would be home too, so I was not like, I knew she was going to be home alone. And so, she let me in, and I was kind of a little already, because first off, I did kind of a no-no, driving kind of under the influence, with my shoulder. And so, I was already maxed out with everything, and, we just talked for a second, and honestly, like, I don't even really know why, but I just had the gun, and it's not because I had it for her. I usually would carry one around just because, I'm just kind of paranoid like that. And honestly, right when, we would it just happened so fast, just talking, and, like, I didn't even pull the trigger or anything, all I remember is it went off. And I was just like, what just happened? I don't know what happened.
On the day of October 3rd, 2016, Dane had a chilling plan to end her life. No one could have predicted his deadly intentions. That day, he waited outside her home in his truck, the murder weapon ready, as he prepared to break into the house and kill 22-year-old Rowena.
I wasn't trying to hurt her or anything. It went off, and I literally just didn't know what to do. I've been in combat and all that stuff, and I literally just panicked and freaked out because I didn't even, it was just in here. I just had it in here, and we were talking, and then I don't know if because of how, I was already kind of loopy a little bit, I was already just woo, and she just made me jump or something, I don't know, but I wasn't trying to hurt her at all, and it went off, and it's not an excuse for anything. I don't know, this whole week has just piled up, and I don't know, I don't even remember going off, and it went off, and I just didn't know what to do. I care about her, but I know, as a friend, too, I wouldn't.
This is where the plot thickens. According to Dane, he always carried a gun in his sling due to his constant paranoia. His claims of hiding the gun in his sling are utterly absurd. While his roommate stated that he rarely carries a gun, he did have it with him that day. Additionally, in the video, you'll see him perform a demonstration for the police, revealing just how implausible his story really is.
I don't know.
What happened after the gun went off?
I was just looking, I just saw her, she just fell down, and I was just like, I just didn't know what to do. I was like, this is not gonna look good no matter how I do this.
What'd you do right after that? Right after the gun goes off, what do you do?
I just stared at her. I was just like, well, I tried to see what.
Did you walk over to her?
Yeah.
What happened?
I just got overwhelmed with emotions.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to. I honestly, she was dead, and I didn't no intentions of doing that.
Okay.
I haven't done anything ever in my life like this. And I've been in combat, I've seen people shot. But this is something completely different. And I know this is... And so after I did that, it felt like forever, but it was, it's a couple minutes. I thought she was dead, so I left.
Okay.
The truth is far from what he claims. Dane entered Rowena's house through the back door. He entered with their dog, who had been playing outside. He wanted to make it seem like he was trying to reunite the pet with the family. But when he saw Rowena, he shot her on the spot. His assertion that he fired the gun in a panic reflex due to Rowena startling him is utterly absurd. For a trained military man, this amounts to nothing more than a white lie.
But that's why you had the gun with you, was to confront her so she would listen to you. Is that right? I mean, I don't want to put words in your mouth. I just want to know what you're telling me, okay?
I don't want to hurt people. I just want people to look me over. All I do is help people. I go out of my way to help people. In Manhattan, I'll go pick up a homeless person and take him home, let him shower, and give him food. I mean, I've tried to get help through the VA. They don't help me.
So did you have the gun in your right hand? It was just laying next to the hand.
It was in my hand, but...
As the interrogation intensifies, Dane appears increasingly regretful of his actions. However, the question remains, is he genuinely remorseful, or is he merely trying to avoid his sentence? Now, let's watch the demonstration where he shows how he supposedly hid the gun in his sling and shot Rowena.
If you could kind of stand up, pretend like right here's the doorway as you're coming in.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, so you step in enough that you can close the door.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
So I was holding it like that.
Okay.
So I closed it, and then, she popped around, and I just don't know what happened. She was just like that, it jerked up, and then it just...
Okay.
My finger just slipped and just...
Okay. Now, the way you're showing in there was you didn't have a grip on the gun?
Yeah, I wasn't... Just because, I'm not going to walk in there kind of like that, but yeah, I had it,
You had it gripped, but still kind of pointed downward.
Yeah.
And then, as she came around...
It just slipped, I jerked up out of accident.
By now, it's clear that his story doesn't add up. If we revisit the crime scene, there's a bullet hole in the window where Rowena was shot, and the police found the shell casing a few feet away. If Dane really fired the gun with his right hand as he demonstrated, the bullet hole should have been in a different location. Both the bullet hole and Rowena's wound were much higher than Dane's sling could have reached, indicating that his right hand must have been outside the sling and raised above shoulder height. So does that mean his right hand, which he claims is injured and keeps in a sling, is completely fine? Is he acting this way to avoid being found guilty? The gun he used to shoot Rowena was a .45 caliber, and there's no way he could have hidden that in his sling. By now, the detective has gathered substantial evidence against him. Digging deeper into his background, they uncovered his controlling nature. One of his high school ex-girlfriends revealed that he used to threaten her whenever she mentioned breaking up. He mentally abused her, even telling her he would take his own life and then not showing up at school the next day just to stress her out. During her testimony, she broke down in tears, vividly illustrating the depth of his abusive, narcissistic behavior. Dane's claims did not match with the bullet trajectory, and he was found guilty. In December 2018, he was sentenced to prison for 25 years without the chance of parole for murder and an additional 43 months for aggravated burglary. Rowena received a grand funeral hosted by the children's home where she had worked. The CEO himself broke down in tears while speaking about her kindness and love towards the children. In her honor, Rowena's family raised $17,000 to establish the Rowena Irani Psychology Scholarship. This scholarship ensures that her legacy lives on, supporting future psychology students. The case of Rowena is not just shocking, but also heart-wrenching. If she'd trusted her intuition and cut ties with him early, could this have been avoided? More importantly, how many Danes are out there in the world preying on women's trust and vulnerability? As we reflect on Rowena's legacy and the impact of her kindness, we're left with haunting questions. How do we recognize and address the signs of abuse before it's too late? And what can we do to ensure that stories like Rowena's inspire change rather than repeat tragedy? Let us know in the comments section below how you feel about this enthralling story. For more tragic content on real crime psychology, remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel, Real Crime Psychology.